And let me tell you right now, you cannot change anyone. You cannot change them. If somebody wants to change, they have to change on their own.
Pray on me, so pray for me. Tick, tick, wait on it.
Hey Spice Squad, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Nayel. Welcome. Make sure you go down below and press that red subscribe button and press the bell so you don't miss a thing your girl posts. Okay, y'all, I am here with a little lesson for the ladies and just for my people that are not noticing these red flags when they're dating these guys. If you've been through a lot of rough relationships, if you keep going through repeated relationships and you keep going through the same thing and you're like, why am I attracting these types of guys and these types of relationships? Well, maybe it's not really you're attracting them, but there are signs that you're missing and you're ignoring because you think you're really in love, or they look super good looking, or you think they treat you well. I'm gonna try to help y'all out today. So I'm gonna give you guys the 5 biggest red flags that you see in guys, but you kind of ignore them. So hopefully at the end of this video, after you have been made aware of the 5 biggest red flags in men, this can help you avoid those kinds of relationships, or hopefully help you cut off those relationships before they get deeper than what they really should. Okay? So the first red flag, controlling behavior. Now ladies, I know it might feel good when a guy's like, I don't want you going out with your friends, I don't want you in the club, or I don't want you going out to eat with them, you always spending time with your friends, I want you to spend time with me, I always want you to be with me. Or if he says, now you know that dress is too short, or you can't wear that you can't wear those shorts, they're too short, or you can't wear that top, it's too revealing. When a man tries to control how you dress, who you spend your time with, where you spend your time at, what you eat, and when you're doing things, that's a sign. It's a difference. Let me say this now. Disclaimer. It's a difference between controlling and concerned behavior. When a man is concerned about, like, maybe the person you're spending your time with, they take a different approach with how they relay that they're concerned. They're not going to say, I don't want you hanging out with them. Like, don't hang out with them no more. They too mixy. I don't want you with them. They would maybe come to you in a more concerned attitude and say, hey babe, like, I noticed that they be with this person and that person gets into X, Y, and Z. I want you to be careful when you're around them. There are different approaches that they will take when telling you things. They're not going to straight up tell you, don't hang with them no more, we're going to have problems. Don't hang with them no more, or I'm not going to be with you. And then if they're trying to control how you dress, there's different ways they're going to go about it. They're not going to say, you can't wear that, get rid of that. Babe, I think this might look better on you, and I think this complements your body more. It's just different ways on how they're going to explain their reasoning behind why they're saying things, and their just whole overall approach. So when they're dictating how you live your life, that's a red flag, guys. Especially when they're living by a double standard. They're telling you not to do this and what to do, but they're not living by those same standards. They tell you not to hang out with your family and friends so much, but they're hanging out with their friends and family all the time, and they're leaving you home alone. And then when they get there, it's all fine and dandy. No, that's hypocrisy. They're being a hypocrite. All right, second red flag. When you guys have 2 different life visions, when your end goal and your finale is different from each other, that's a red flag. And let me tell you right now, you cannot change anyone. You cannot change them. If somebody wants to change, they have to change on their own. However, when you guys have different morals and different values, that's a red flag from the beginning. So I'm gonna give you some examples. Say you see yourself with a family, children, and they're like, no, I don't want any children. That is very unequally yoked, guys. You want to make sure you're equally yoked. But when you guys are not equally yoked, red flag. If you are family oriented and you like to go to family functions, you like to be around your family, you want your families to blend, and they're like, yeah, I barely speak to my parents. I don't really, hang out or have a family relationship. That's a red flag. If you see marriage in your future and they never ever planned on getting married, they are against marriage, and I just don't think it's important, it's a piece of paper, no, that's a red flag. Don't think you can change someone or think like, oh, once they get to know me, they're gonna love me, they're gonna wanna do the things that I wanna do. There are some instances where that works out once in a blue moon, but still ends tragically because it's something they never wanted to do. So it's not your job to change someone. So just be aware of that red flag in the beginning, and don't take someone serious that doesn't have the same end vision as you do. There are plenty of fish in the sea, and that's not your fish. Your fish will come to you, and once you find your fish, you guys will have a very similar end goal and end vision for your lives. 3, emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is a huge red flag, guys, and it can be very blinding to the untrained eye. A trained eye is going to notice the emotional abuse, but an untrained eye may not notice the emotional abuse even though they're feeling it and they're going through the emotions, but they're going to make excuses for that emotional abuse from the man. So controlling behavior, like the first red flag, is an example of emotional abuse, but it's not the end all be all of what emotional abuse is. When a man manipulates and shames you to his benefit, that is emotional abuse. And when he connects with your vulnerabilities and you open up and you spill your guts out to you and he uses them and exploits them to make you feel less than him, that is emotional abuse. And that is unacceptable. And that is a huge red flag. So let me give you an example. If you share and you open up to him that you have been cheated on and all the relationships you've been with, you've been cheated on, so that's one of your biggest insecurities. It's just, him leaving you for another woman, or you not being good enough for him and he has to seek validation and seek love and seek everything else from another woman because you're unable to give it to him. And then he texts other females, he has a lot of female friends, he hangs out with females, and you can be around and not be around, but he exploits that insecurity. You already have insecurities that you've been cheated on, but he surrounds himself with other women now because he knows that's going to make you feel less than. But he comes back and he showers you with words of affirmation that you're beautiful, he only wants to be with you, but he just has female friends, he likes to hang out with female friends and without you. That's going to tear you down inside because you're always going to have that insecurity and think like, oh my god, he's going to leave me, he's going to leave me. So you do the most, he hypes you up about it, but still does what makes you feel less than. Red flag. Red flag, period. Okay, 4th red flag. Lack of honesty. When a man has to lie to you or lies to you about things that would not matter if he told the truth, and his butt is not on the line, so why are you lying? Just about if you ask hey, did you get breakfast this morning? And he's like, oh nah, I didn't get breakfast, but you got breakfast. Why did you lie and say you didn't get breakfast? I was just asking. I don't know, stupid. Hey, did you stop by your mom's today? Nah, I didn't stop by my mom's today, but they stopped by their mom's. Why are you lying about unnecessary things? Hey babe, did you pick up the orange juice I told you to pick up? Yeah, I picked it up. And they come in and they don't have the orange juice. And they're like, I thought you picked up the orange juice. Why did you say you picked up the orange juice? Oh, I was going to, but I didn't. Lying about stupid stuff, stuff that does not even matter, at all. When you lie about stupid stuff like that, when his behind is on the line, when it can make or break a situation, are you really gonna believe when he tells you his side of the story? Why would you tell the truth about something that could potentially really hurt our relationship if you won't even tell the truth about picking up orange juice? Think about it. How can you ever trust somebody like that? Well, it's just gonna start your trust in the relationship and just your relationship in a whole off on a bad journey. So just notice the red flag in the beginning and do something about it. Okay, 5th red flag. He's unfavorable to commit. So when a guy has been single his whole life, never committed to anything that does not benefit him or isn't to glorify him, that's a sign that he is gonna lack commitment. When, let's say he doesn't do anything for other people, it's always about him. He's a narcissist. He does everything to just make him look good, make him shine, and level himself up, but doesn't do anything when it comes to other people. He isn't generous to other people. He's not willing to help. He's not willing to go above and beyond for other people, but he is willing to go above and beyond for himself. When you notice that, that's a sign. You want to look for someone, or you want to look for the qualities that this person is generous, that this person has made commitments that don't only benefit himself but benefit other people as well. Someone that's doing good deeds and isn't complaining about doing good for others, volunteering, helping people out. You want to look for someone like that, and not someone that complains about doing those things or don't do those things at all. Okay? We want to see signs of commitment, especially if we're in it to commit, and hopefully we are, right? Alright, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a bonus one. And this is a very, 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 I can stress how important this flag is. And this is a bonus one. because I was only doing 5. 6 bonus red flag. Do not ignore your intuition. Do not ignore that gut feeling. When you ignore it and push it down and try to leave it alone because you have fear of speaking on it because it's going to cause an argument or friction between you and your person, that's a red flag. If you don't want to bring something up because you fear the relationship might tarnish or might be hurt from you bringing it up. You should be able to openly communicate and not have to push your gut and intuition down. When you have a gut feeling and an intuition, you should be able to speak on it, period. So you can get it out of your mind and it doesn't bother you anymore. And it shouldn't be a problem because you guys should have that open communication. But if you can't have that open communication and you can't speak on your intuition, you can't speak on your gut, there's a problem. And that's a red flag. Period. Alright, y'all, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope me stating and bringing these red flags to light can definitely help you out in your relationships going forward, in your relationship now. Sorry if like I brought some things out that you wasn't trying to hear, but you know, I'm just here to give you the real deal, give you the tea, and giving you everything that I have learned and things that I have been through and things that are helping me now and helping me flourish. Alright, y'all. Okay, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe and press your bell notification so you get an alert every time your girl posts. I appreciate you guys so much, and remember to be the light wherever you go, because wherever you go, the light shines. Love you guys so much.